I want to be honest with you guys. I discovered this series thanks to this image right here, and I expected this manga to be something completely different thanks to it, but it turns out it's legitimately wholesome, and it's actually a really good read. Obviously, it does have fan service, and I know a lot of individuals that's clicking on this video probably clicked on the video because of the thumbnail and maybe a little bit of the title, but I do have quite the recommendation for all of you because this is actually legitimately a good manga. So what's it about? So this series called Yumeochi, hopefully I pronounced that right, Dreaming of Falling for You, is a slice-of-life romance manga, but there is a twist. It's very unique, and that is our characters get to relive their youth. Now, it's a little bit different than just like, let's say, normal time travel, etc. It's actually our characters going to sleep and being able to go in this dreamlike world and relive their high school days. In a lot of ways, the only thing that comes to mind that I'm reminded of when it comes to like this manga here is Real Life. If anyone has watched, Real Life, the anime, you should if you haven't. It's really, really freaking good. Basically, in that series of Real Life, our characters get to go back to high school and all that after not really being able to experience school and enjoy themselves. They get to just redo things, so to speak, and they get to enjoy themselves. It's legitimately good for them, and we get to see their progression as, they try to make up for the things they were not able to do when they were actually young. And that, in its own way, is very reminiscent of what, this series is, Dreaming of Falling for You. Our characters basically are, in their 20s, they have a job now, and their overall life and what direction they're going now is not exactly what they want. For instance, they have these jobs, or this different thing they're doing in their life, and they're just upset because they feel like there was just so much more they could have done in their life up to this point, but they obviously didn't. And I think that overall, the very structure of the series is very down to earth, but also it kind of goes into the personal feelings a lot of people will have when they read this series. It's very relatable, and that is, obviously everybody has regrets. I think every individual on this planet has regrets of something, even if it's something very insignificant and small. Everybody harbors regrets. And in this case, that's exactly what's happening here. Is our characters have regrets about things. They wish they could have done something different. And our main male character here that you can see on screen, he is someone that, he basically wasn't very social. He was an outcast in school. He didn't interact with anyone, and now he just has a job at a bookstore. And this girl within this chapter, this is the first chapter, it's clear that she has an interest in him. Like, she's trying to hit on him, all sorts of things. And because he doesn't have any social cues or any social experience, so to speak, because he just never got it, because he didn't really participate in any social interaction within school, he didn't realize that she really wanted to be with him. And because of that, it resulted in her saying, oh, I guess you're not into me, and she just leaves. She basically quits work, and he no longer gets to interact with her ever again. So, what we got going on here within the first chapter is that, he lost the chance of a love life because, once again, it all stems back to his school days, to where he wasn't able to properly form bonds and connections and be able to interact with others and understand certain social cues, and he starts regretting it. And then he happens upon this manga volume, as you can see on screen here, which when he tries to search it up, there's no like publisher or author or whatever. It just he felt this series, like, huh. And so he lays it in his bed, and he falls asleep. And as he falls asleep, he wakes up years in the past as a high school student. And he obviously looks at everything as if it's just a dream. And then this girl he meets is a girl he never interacted with. But from his overall experiences with her, basically, he starts to open up with her. And he comes to find out that she actually is someone that also is dream walking. And that kind of leads into the overall beginning portion of the chapter, which I showed you guys when it came to the color page. Basically, these characters are individuals that have this manga. They lay it in their bed, and when they go to sleep at night, they go back to their high school days. And it's all connected, this dream-like world. So it's pretty fascinating. It's like they get to change the past well, without not really changing the past. It's like two separate realities, and they get to kind of evolve and develop as people, and then they could take it into the present day, world and try to meet these individuals. I think it's very fascinating. It's a really good concept, and I feel like the way these series actually mixes up the overall dialogue, like, or the perspective, so to speak. Like, the first chapter focuses on the main male character, and the second chapter focuses on the main female character and her perspective and how her life went, and how she's someone that was trying too hard to put on this fake personality within high school that wasn't really her, which kind of carried over into her adult life, and she just does not really like it, because she was a judo master, she was very aggressive, like a tomboy, so to speak. So when you think about just everything, she doesn't have a life that she wants either. So the narrative of these chapters does shift from time to time to the different characters, and I like that. It really gives a lot of time for the characters to grow and progress, which that's another thing to talk about. How many chapters is within this story? Well, currently there is only 18 chapters of this series, Dreaming of Falling for You, which is sad, because I'm fully caught up already, because this is the latest chapter, but it legitimately is a really good read. Like, if you want something interesting, something that's going to, be a little bit spicy here and there, but really kind of be relatable to a certain degree, I think everybody's going to enjoy this. Like, you will enjoy it. I mean, I feel like also people going into their dreams to try to, experience a fantasy, so to speak, is very realistic as well. I know there's a lot of people that like to just go to sleep to have a good dream, or a lucid dream, because they're able to control it and do whatever they want within it. That's kind of what's happening here. So, I don't know. I think that this series legit, despite obviously it being very fan service heavy in some areas, this is very good. I 100% recommend this manga if you want to start something new, and I'm glad I discovered this, honestly. It's legitimately good. We have many different takes and characters and different, perspectives, like, one character that just wasn't able to socialize and ran off into, like, the counselor room or whatever, and eventually was outcasted. There's a lot of different characters with different personalities that's thrown into this with their own regrets, and I do like how this is tackled throughout the manga. But, I guess I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, do leave me a like, do leave me a comment down below. It helps with the algorithm, and I greatly appreciate it. It would help me out a lot. And with that, be safe, stay healthy, Chibi out.